Hello and welcome to Brodual. Today we have Wintersun, Faiths of Skyrim. Wintersun offers a new religion and worship system, letting you build favour with the many gods of Tamriel in order to receive divine power. Whether you're looking to follow one of the righteous paths of the 9 divines, or perhaps your morals fall more in line with the Daedric princes, this mod has you covered. And it doesn't stop there, it also introduces dozens of other deities found all over Tamriel. From the elven ancestors, to the Old Norse gods, to the Ecuadon pantheon of the Red Gods. Your following and worship of each of these deities will see you rewarded in turn with fitting new powers and buffs. How you worship them and the powers you gain will depend on their beliefs and teachings, as well as how strong your bond with them grows, so there's a huge amount of variety. But before we get into the mod, we want to once again shout out our stories on Amino. Thanks to their new stories feature, we've been able to create these incredibly short and snappy videos. On Amino you can find stories about anything, from movies to art and video games. For us, it's a place where we can cover the Elder Scrolls in general, including mods. Just the other day we put up a story showing a bunch of mini immersion boosters. To watch it you can find a link in the description below, or you can search for Amino on your app store. If you search for Brodual, you'll go straight to our profile and see the latest story. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell for more, so thanks to Amino for the sponsor. Jumping back into Wintersun, your new adventure into Faith begins at the start of a new playthrough, either after you escape Helgen or at your starting location of an alternate start mod. This works well if you pick something like the I've been left for dead option, since maybe your character thanks one of the gods for their survival. The options of your starting religion will depend on your race. Some gods can only be followed by certain races or after you complete certain quests. There are Khajiit gods only for the Khajiit and similar unique gods for all of the other races. The Dunmer are unique in that they don't typically worship the Aedra, so their starting options include a bunch of Daedric princes. Whether you choose to pick a starting religion or not is entirely up to you. You can change a religion or join a new one at any time by activating one of the shrines and then choosing to follow them. As a follower, you'll want to pray, worship and carry out the tenets of your god. Your new ability to pray is handled through a new prayer power. Generally speaking, it can be used anywhere and at any time to meditate, granting favour with your god. However, some gods have specific rules when it comes to prayer, forcing you to do it during certain times of the day or under certain conditions. To worship Daedric, the goddess of beauty, you must pray in the nude. But to reach the goddess of the heavens, Kynareth, you must pray outdoors. Prayer can even act as a way to directly call upon your god's powers, or to contact them in unique ways. Favour represents how strong a bond you have with your god. Every time you pray, worship or carry out their teachings, you'll be granted additional favour. Worship is the same as prayer, but can only be done at your specific god's shrine. Since the mod introduces dozens of new gods, there's also dozens of new shrines and places of worship scattered all over Skyrim. They also come with new shrine buffs that are fit for their ideals. As a follower, you'll gain your specific deity's follower buff. This is usually a new passive ability that falls in line with the kind of power your god will be able to grant you. But gain enough favour and you'll become a devotee, gaining an additional, more powerful ability. Follow Arche, the god of the cycle of birth and death, and you'll receive a follower buff that dramatically increases your passive health regen. You'll also gain the ability to perform Arche's rites, a new power that lets you prevent a dead body from ever turning undead. By performing rites as well as killing the undead, you'll gain Arche's favour and eventually become a devotee, where you'll gain the power Archean Cycle. This incredibly powerful passive ability lets you revive with full health upon taking fatal damage. However, it drains some of your favour with Arche every time you use it and you must pray to reset the cooldown. Call upon the power of Daedric to activate an enemy in combat, forcing them to drop everything they're wearing and enter a trance of love with your character. Or if you're a follower of Kynareth, you can explore Skyrim's vast wilderness on the back of your new sacred Sabercat mount. Things get a bit more wacky when it comes to the Daedric princes. Unlike the divines, who are generally more forgiving and straightforward, the Daedric princes are egotistical and very particular in how you follow their rules. Because of that, your favour with them drops more quickly and you'll have to do more to keep them pleased. One of my favourites is Sanguine, the prince of debauchery and mischief. He wants you to commit crimes for your own enjoyment and consume all of the mead you could ever drink. A devotee will gain the ability to pray in combat, forcing nearby hostiles to dance for 20 seconds. Dance along with them or slaughter them during the trance. Form pacts with the Prince of Bargains, Clavicus Vile. Stick to your side of the pact and receive huge amounts of his favour, but let him down and he'll begin to question your follower status. Once you're a devotee, you can spend that favour on a divine wish, gaining a perk point of your choosing. Followers of Sheer Gorath will have to have a hint of madness in them. Praying to him will grant a random touch of madness blessing, which could be useful or useless or amazingly powerful or incredibly deadly. To keep things useful, make sure your favour with Sheer Gorath is high. To do that, make sure you worship him often to satisfy his ego, and whatever you do, never disrespect cheese. A devotee will gain a touch of madness whenever they enter combat, making every fight more chaotic and random. The other pantheons added by the mod also come with similar amounts of depth. From the elven ancestors, Xarxes is the god of secret knowledge. A devotee of him can ascend into a trance during prayer, revealing all of the characters around you. Or perhaps you'll become a follower of the Old Ways, an Old Norse religion from when the dragon cult ruled over Skyrim. Using their divine power, you can assume the powers of the animal god during prayer, take on the powers of 8 different animals to receive different buffs. The power of the snake enhances your sneak, while the owl boosts your magic and enchantments. The thick hide of a bear will enhance your armor, while the wolf boosts your attack. A devotee of the Old Ways can even take the power of a dragon, improving your stats across the board. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, it should be the huge amount of variety the mod offers. We've shown just a handful of the over 50 gods added by the mod, all with their own ideals, powers and abilities. From gaining controls over mortals in unique ways, to teleportation, to blessings, to opening portals to the void with the power of Sithis, the amount of options almost feels limitless. If you're thinking about starting a new playthrough, this is definitely a mod you'll want to grab. From now on, when you're thinking about what race you're going to pick, what starting location you're going to choose, and what path you're going to go down, you can now think about what religion you're going to follow. To discover nearly all of the gods that Tamriel has to offer, you can find everything you need down below. As always, be sure to leave endorsements on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.